Michigan wants to make it easier for people who want to vote by mail to have the ability to do so. So they sent out vote by mail applications to every voter in the state. Trump was outraged by that and has threatened to cut off federal funds toward Michigan if they go through with making it easy for people to vote. Charlie Kirk has also piled on, and I want to share with you a ridiculous tweet that he put out. So, Brett, let's take a look at it. Breaking: Michigan Democrats are turning their state into a vote-by-mail state and mailing voting applications to every citizen in their state. Not to every citizen in their state, to every voter. Okay. Trump won Michigan by less than 11,000 votes in 2016. Mail-in ballots are a way for Democrats to steal 2020. Retweet if you need voter ID now. So voter ID is a separate issue, but we've talked about why voter ID laws are also meant to suppress voters. For instance, if you're an out-of-state student and you're in Michigan, you are unlikely to have a Michigan driver's license or ID because you're not from Michigan. So it would make it hard for you or prevent you from voting if you're a college student. That's why voter ID laws are purposely promoted by Republicans. But what we're talking about here is Michigan, politicians in Michigan, officials in Michigan, sending applications so you can vote by mail if you want to. It's not even the ballots. Like, they know how unpopular their ideas are. They know that they're complete and utter losers. And all they can really hang their hat on is manipulating the elections, doing voter suppression, intimidating voters by sending these so-called poll watchers to voting locations to intimidate people. So, you know, they don't show up, or if they do show up, maybe they'll even leave if they're harassed enough by these people.
Yeah. His the organization that he's a part of, that's like a college thing, right? It's like focused around colleges.
I don't know. I
thought it was. Anyway, it would be ironic if, like, the whole thing is that you're supposed to represent, like, conservatives that are aggrieved on campus and you're pushing policies that will stop them from voting. Because the idea is that it's going to stop more liberals, but it is still going to stop conservatives. But you just don't care because it's not about people having access to the vote. It's about your belief that it'll benefit you in the long run. Even though, I guess this is pointless to point out, I haven't seen any evidence that more widespread mail-in voting would benefit Democrats. It might, maybe, but there doesn't seem to be strong evidence that that's actually the case. The thing that it definitely will do is lead to more people voting. And that, like, they definitely, they don't like that because pragmatically they think it will hurt them. But I think that at this point, they kind of just don't like it. I think that they are opposed to the idea of everyone being involved. They want it to be, it's a fundamentally elitist way of looking at the world. That's why I don't buy any of the faux right-wing populist stuff. Like, they want it to be the people that they like that are determining things. Anyway, all of this, what I just said, that's more thought than he has put into literally every tweet that he's ever put out. I don't know exactly what the formulation is. I think he's the Meghan McCain of Dave Rubin's, I think. Like, he doesn't think about these things. He tweets stupid formulaic tweets, and he gets 20,000 likes on every single one because there's a bunch of people that have been brainwashed into thinking that he actually represents them. That's all it is.
Yeah, and we don't even know if they're all actual people, right? Like, there's a lot of manipulation with, like, Twitter activity. I don't know, and I don't care. Like, what I do care about, though, is the actual democratic process that our country is supposed to value, right? So I certainly would not want to prevent Trump voters from being able to exercise their voting rights, because I actually genuinely believe in democracy. I believe in the freedoms that the right wing only pretends to value. But behind the scenes, as we know, they don't actually care about voting rights. They don't care about democracy. They don't care about the troops. I mean, Memorial Day is coming up. Trump just put a stop to National Guard workers who have been deployed during the pandemic. So they're one day short of qualifying for expanded federal benefits, including increased help so they can afford college, and the ability to retire 3 months earlier than they would if they hadn't done all this extra work in responding to the pandemic. Like, they don't care about the National Guard. They don't care about the troops. They don't care about any of these people. They're just used as political props to help them out when they need the help, politically speaking. That's it.
Yep.
I don't understand like why people don't realize this though, because like the very groups that they take advantage of and end up getting screwed over still support them. And I don't get it. Anyway, although there was a great story today about how truckers are turning on Trump because he doesn't actually value them and hasn't looked out for them. So some people are feeling it in their finances and they're doing something about it. There's been protests by truckers against Trump.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.